Approaches in fishery management. Why is fisheries management important?
Fisheries around the world are in the state of crisis. Catches are falling, and there is an ever greater dependence on young small fish. At the same time, fishing capacity continues to expand, and the level of exploitation of the fish continues to increase. Many stocks are outside safe biological limits, and in some cases, they are close to collapse. Fish are an inherently safe renewing sources, capable of being managed in a sustainable way, but they are easily overexploited. To maintain fisheries in a sustainable state, governments and international agencies have often intervened to place strong controls upon the operation of the fisheries. Thus, management approaches are established. Management approaches. Almost all countries have laws and policies that articulate the broad objectives of the fisheries sector. There are four types of management approach. First is the ecosystem approach to fisheries. Second, rights-based approach. The third is the integrated management approach. And fourth is the participatory collaborative approach. In ecosystem approach to fisheries, it is an integrated management approach across coastal and marine areas and their natural resources that promotes conservation and sustainable use of the whole ecosystem. The EAF is defined as WARD as an extension of conventional fisheries management, recognizing more explicitly an interdependence between human well-being and ecosystem health, and the need to maintain ecosystem productivity for present and future generations. Conserving critical habitats, reducing pollution and degradation, minimizing waste, protecting endangered species. The next is the right-based approaches. Right-based approaches focus on the role of people and constitute a conceptual framework for the process of human development in according to FAO by 2021. These are normatively based on international human rights standards and are operationally directed to promoting and protecting the human rights. In the more specific context of small-scale fisheries and its dependent people and communities, this results firstly in the reinforcing of their claim for recognition in national policies and service provision and for legal protection and support for legitimate livelihood actions. It is also carries a connection with the concept of rights to access resources. Participatory or collaborative approaches. In this approach, it involves the comprehensive planning and regulations of human activities towards a complex set of interacting objectives and aims at maximizing users' conflicts while exercising long-term sustainability. For instance, integrated conservation and development project or integrated coastal zone management. Also, It implies the use of a collaborative participate approach involving the main stakeholders in a flexible, responsible, and transparent planning process respectful of existing rights and duties. It integrates data collection, information and research, assessment, and recognize traditional knowledge. It explicitly considers the cumulative effects of human activities and its implementation in based on integrated management plans, participatory or collaborative approach. Collaborative management of marine resources involve shared responsibility between government and fisheries stakeholders. So, collaborative management argue that where governments and other stakeholders work together, the outcomes are likely to be more equitable, effective, and efficient. Ecosystem approach to fisheries management and governance. Ecology has been part of fisheries research for a very long time, according to William in 1979. Principal among the broader interpretation of an ecosystem approach is the ecosystem approach of fisheries. The ecosystem approach to fisheries provides the most appropriate overarching approach to SSF or small scale fisheries management in the developing world. As defined by FAO 2003, the EAF strives to balance derives societal objectives by taking account to the knowledge and uncertainties about biotic, abiotic, and human components of ecosystems and their interactions and applying an integrated approach to fisheries within ecologically meaningful boundaries. The Reykjavik FAO expert consultation agreed that the purpose of an ecosystem approach to fisheries is to plan, develop, and manage fisheries in a manner that addresses the municipality and societal needs and desires without jeopardizing the options for future generations to benefit from the full range of goods and services provided by marine ecosystems. What are the challenges for implementing an ecosystem approach to fisheries management, and how can this be avoided? The interpretation and the operationalization of the EAF as a practical management approach for small-scale fisheries in the developing world remain the central challenge for improved fisheries in many countries. In this respect, the EAF provides a sufficiently broad policy umbrella within the advances in research and management can be tested and refined.